Oh, yeah, because I'm trying to think from their side, why would they do it?
Oh, I know why I know why they did it, but I think
Why?
well, because they think they're Ohio State. I think, I think in their
Oh,
heads,
okay.
they think
Oh,
they
I got you.
are
Yeah.
a different
Yeah.
program than they are. And
Right, that's true.
I do think it is the job where you negotiate and not interview.
Yes, most definitely.
Like you announce
I'm
a
with you,
coach,
DB.
you announce a coaching hire. You don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because they, yeah, man, he's. I'm with you, DB. Yeah, he probably did say that. Like all those wins he got don't come
doesn't
easy.
seem like Kraft's style, but they're
Right.
AD. But I mean,
if the big money people start pushing, it gets hard in a hurry.
well, you got to think you have your you have your target.
You certainly have a target, but unless it's a guy
That's what I was about to say.
unless it's a guy that's not coaching right now, you certainly don't have a hire.
No, I know, and I think they're okay
Right.
with that. I think
that's fine, but that leaves a lot of room to get messy.
so. Here's the deal. Do you know why?
Why?
The season is tanked anyway. None of your
Sure.
preseason goals are intact.
Fair.
So what difference does it make if you wait to make the hire? You probably know who you want it to be.
Yes.
Who cares if you say it tomorrow in 2 months?
Yeah.
The season is over.
Yeah.
You lost your quarter. It's over.
So that's the I think to answer your question, Lance, that's why if you're dead set on getting rid of him, you can't give Franklin a chance to end up winning 8 or 9 games.
Right. And so here's my thing about that though. Like, okay, you have a guy you want, but does that guy want to come to Penn State?
So
you think the money is going to be hard to refuse money? Because
I'll tell you too.
Penn State isn't the best place to go to, man.
Listen,
I agree.
We'll get into it. I'm 100% with you. There's 2 things I believe to be true. Right, currently in 2025, Indiana's a better job than Penn State. So if I'm Cignetti, and I'm not going anywhere because I'm about to be in the playoffs. So
right,
I hold all the cards. I do what I want. I'm either negotiating or I'm staying because all of a sudden Bloomington has found money. And
right.
And the other candidate that keeps popping up, I'm almost 100% certain he wouldn't tell you that Nebraska isn't currently positioned to be a better job than Penn State. So I don't.
Oh, I forgot about him.
What do you mean?
Penn State, I forgot he's connected to Penn State.
Yeah.
And so people
Kraft hired him at Temple.
Here's the thing. For when it comes to like you said, recruiting and stuff like
Josh
that.
asked
right?
about Tressel. That's a good one.
He's at 33, but I was thinking of guys that weren't fired for cause.
Okay.
But he's at 33 still, so he's still short.
It'll be interesting because
the stuff from you think he is.
He's smart.
The stuff from the Sandusky era still looms around there in recruiting. With kids and parents.
I think it's a hard job.
I do too.
It is.
For the brand and expectations versus what the job actually is, I think are way out of whack.
You know what's funny? My guy sent me some stats. Husker X's and O's.
Mm-hmm.
This was right after maybe UCLA. No, was it after Northwestern? Percentage win index, analytics for Nebraska, Penn State. And Nebraska was at 63%, 63-6 to win the game.
Wow.
I'm dead. And that was a week ago. He sent that to me.
Yep.
Who knows what it is today?
Hey, man. Like you said, Penn State.
It's a hard job.
They didn't lose any games they were favored in until this year.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? So people are like, well, he doesn't win the top 10. Well, he's not favored in those either. It's not like he went in with the better team and lost. It was either equal and more times often less than.
Listen, I tried to be incognito. I was not going to do social media. I was so sick of my phone yesterday, I started to toss it. But, I told the guys at CBS, they DM. I'm like, you guys keep throwing Coach Rhule's name out there, and it's fine, right? They should have re-signed him. They should have redone the deal last year. Now they're going to have to pony up. This is what you get when your program wins, but let's not act like Coach Rhule doesn't know what he's getting into. He knows the alma mater thing. He knows the alumni thing. He knows what kind of job Penn State is. He
most definitely.
Like, why walk into that? He also knows what he's building at Nebraska. In Vegas, 4 months ago, he says, wait till you see what kind of job this is in 3 years financially. And now, listen, I'm cheering for all the leverage in the world for a guy that, because this isn't me just liking Coach Rhule. It's not. This isn't our relationship at all. Because these next two things I'm about to tell you are absolutely true. He defended Nebraska from the jump before it was popular to defend Nebraska. He hadn't won one thing. I love this place. This place can be special. I understand its history. He walked through the doors saying that. And now, has some other people said that? Kind of.
Not really.
He's rocked with it the whole time.
I got you.
Number 2, actually 1A, because I have a second. He's told, I've seen it on the recruiting trail. I know the pitch. I know what he's saying about, hey, I'm just telling you guys, get in before we get going, because number one, it's going to tell me a couple things. Number 1, you're about us. Number 2, don't just wait for us to start winning when it's easy. Do what's hard. Like, do what's hard. Buy into us now before we start winning. So, again, you know me, like the super heart starts swelling. It's like trying to walk and knocking on doors in Northwest neighborhood, handing out flyers, trying to get kids to come to the school, right? Like, you know you were a part of that. So that tugs at my heartstrings. But lastly, he understands what happened in Carolina. He loves his family. He loves his kiddos. He loves his wife. Quality of life matters. Like, he's been, I'm not in his pocketbooks, but like, do you think he's splitting hairs between 8 million and 10? Or if anything, he'd say, pony up for my NIL kitty, and let's just not be in a position where we're at the mercy of other schools. It's not going to be about him. You want this guy leading your program in the state of Nebraska. I said it 2 years ago. I said it 2 weeks ago to Sam. I'm going to say it again. This is my personal feelings about the strength of he and I relationship aside. You want his character traits leading this university. He's thick-skinned enough with the media where he can play games and poke and have barbs and still do his thing, right? He's not sitting here telling you he doesn't listen at all. He's got enough conviction and integrity to just go to work, and he's got those DNA roots of just being tough-minded. Like, he wants all the smoke. He doesn't want it easy. He creates chaos so he can test himself to function at a high level. You want that guy here. I'm just telling you. I don't know if they're playing for championships. I believe they are, but his temperament and DNA, you want this guy leading Nebraska.
So here's the thing. That goes back to what I said about and he's in the category. What good coach making a lot of money out there already will want to come to Penn State? I'm like,
are they already
think you guys are playing this right?
Are they already coaching?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Who else are you gonna?
Well, Urban Meyer is the obvious.
Here we go. His name again.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you're Penn State, and because well, let's talk about why James Franklin got fired. They thought they were going to win.
I think Jimbo Fisher's interesting.
I think it is too.
Ooh, but is Jimbo going to leave that money? Well, they got to replace that money from A&M.
Jimbo's just hanging out.
Like,
making a lot of money though.
If you're,
he wants to
get back in though.
He's like a $40 million roster.
Yes. Like if you're sitting here and you're sitting here and you go, I'm Penn State. I just fired James Franklin, who won 13 games last year, who was 3 points away from playing in the national title game last year. And I'm sitting here and I go, okay, we've got this we've got this guy who has done all this, has the most wins, I think, ever before getting fired, and we fire him for what amounts to 2 very, very bad weeks. And what is the reason for that? It has to be because we thought we were going to win a national title this year. So they are obviously.
So you feel like you're not going to do it with him.
Well, so that's how they obviously felt. I can agree or disagree, but that's how they obviously felt. So to me, that says we are 100% in win now mode if we're Penn State.
So I think to Ravi's point earlier, he made a good point about the handful, like how you've narrowed the bucket. Because if you're mad at Franklin over wins against, it's such low-hanging, poorly researched fruit. Like, you've got to get into, was he favored? Was he not favored? Was he the better team?
Did he cover the spread?
Because he's constantly he's actually, I don't think he's good ATS. So I'll let that one go.
That's fine, but you have to look, and nobody brings that up.
But he constantly has them in a position to be in a top 10 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
And I think we're super dismissive. When I was talking to the CBS guys, I'm like, this isn't revisionist history. This isn't me trying to champion a head coach at Nebraska that I like when I say, you mean to tell me every time you guys take shots at Coach Rhule and the national media, what do you always bring up? The same thing, the record against top programs. You guys fail to realize he's in year 2 and year 3. He doesn't get to year 4, 5, and 6 where they're actually established, where he's going into these games in an even playing field. Mm-hmm. Like, they're the upstarts. They're the team that isn't supposed to be there. So Penn State has positioned themselves on several occasions to play in Oregon or to play at Georgia or Texas or whomever. It's always Ohio State. I mean, how many of these losses are against Ohio State?
Almost all of them.
Right.
So it's like
and now Oregon, but that, like, you're talking about literally 2 of the 5 best teams in the country.
Well, what Indiana did not help James Franklin's
absolutely.
Case. So, and
it hasn't helped anybody's case.
And I understand that, but we are extremely my point where I was going with the guys from CBS is we should try being a little more appreciative in the moment if we even remotely understand the landscape of college football. Mm-hmm. Like, it is hard. It is hard to win. Look at the scoreboards every week.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Exactly.
Listen, Minnesota's throwing the ball 58% of the time.
Minnesota.
Why is Minnesota throwing the ball 58% of the time? Well, probably a couple different reasons, but number one, you want to be an attractive place to come.
And they're falling behind a lot. But,
right? And you've been getting behind
like
playing
that in high school.
Oh, listen, I know.
Yeah, I got some thoughts about the high school part too. But
are you an attractive place to go play high school football? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll out with the wing tee and see if you're gonna get some kids.
No, I get it.
Lance, to kind of to my point, you've got, like, first of all, I think that's one of the things that doesn't make sense if you're Penn State, that you would want to go after Coach Rhule, even if I think I think everybody should want Coach Rhule. But, like, if you're in win now mode and you go like, okay, this guy is a program builder, like, I don't know that makes sense for what you're looking for right now. That's why when DB brings up Urban Meyer, I don't think it's crazy. When he brings up Jimbo Fisher, I don't think it's crazy. I think those are guys you probably, like, if I'm Penn State and I'm in my delusional world in which I think it's a good idea to fire James Franklin, the list probably goes Cignetti, Jimbo, Urban, Dabo.
Let me ask you something.
Somewhere in that
Lance,
order.
In 2025, is Penn State a better job than Indiana?
No, not today.
All right.
Not today. Penn State with James Franklin was closer to a national championship than not.
Yeah,
like he wasn't like Pelini. Pelini's record was that, but he wasn't close to winning a championship though. Like, he was in the games, but those games weren't close. And so you felt like the program was further away than it was, hey, if we just do this, we'll get over the hump. There were several things that needed to be done, and it all wasn't on Pelini as well. It was him and the structure of the athletic, or actually the school program. You know what I mean?
But they weren't in any danger of winning a national title under Pelini. Like that's the case.
Right, or close to it. So when Franklin is, I'm like, you guys, so you think you can just roll out and go find that? No, like, you can't. It's not. I'm like, all right, man, this just didn't, to me, like, there's some things that don't make sense for real. Like, this one didn't for real. Like,
come on, man. Can I also say, like, this, and I haven't heard anybody else say this, but I think it's a thing that matters a lot when you're talking about the Coach Rhule part of this equation, is how many times have we heard Coach Rhule talk about how much he loves other football coaches or coaches in general? He loves coaches.
A lot.
Right? He knows how hard it is.
There's a lot of respect.
He appreciates what they do. There's a ton of respect there. You think that's a guy who's going to walk over to a program that just did that to a guy who had won a ton and always really like, am I misremembering? Had James Franklin ever not represented the university well at Penn State? Especially after what they were coming off of?
And he made us forget. He literally made us forget.
Like, you think a guy that has the level of respect for his coaching peers in any sport that Matt Rhule does is going to all of a sudden be like, yeah, I think you handled that correctly with this guy who's a very good coach and representative of the university.
I think Penn State is an extremely difficult job.
I agree.
I think it's tough. I think it's tough. It's tough to get to. That's not in an attractive part of the country. It's kind of been off the cool radar for a while. James Franklin made it cool again.
He did.
With a little swag. Like,
where are they in the recruiting pecking order in the Big Ten?
Hey, and
I know where they think they should. So what
in reality.
So what I was gonna say though, Lance, is Penn State and A&M, and you maybe could have made the case about Nebraska. Penn State and A&M, in my opinion, are the two schools that are the furthest away between realistic expectations and fan expectations.
Auburn.
Auburn is definitely in the discussion.
That's the one I thought of. I think Penn State's Auburn. That's what I think.
Like, it's a harder job than Paterno made it.
Well, and for what, I mean, just for if you
it's a harder job than James Franklin made it.
In the 20 years from the time that Penn State joined the Big Ten, 1993, to the year before Franklin got hired, 2013, how many 10-win seasons do you think Penn State had?
In 20 years?
Yeah.
3.
So they had 7. It was better, a little bit better than we thought.
Oh.
How many do you think Franklin's had?
Oh, I misunderstood the question. I thought you meant
no. This is separate.
Franklin.
This is separate from Franklin. The 7 is between 93 and 2013. They had 7. Since 2013 with Franklin, how many do you think they've had?
5.
6.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So like he's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Like throughout. I know like he had the weird COVID year like blip. He's been really, really good. And the only 2 years that were bad before that were the 2 years when he took over, when that program was a dumpster fire.
This program is about to go into, like, it's gonna be, nobody's gonna watch or care. Like you that matters too now. Franklin was interesting enough for you to watch.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Man,
that's a good point.
Because Bill O'Brien wasn't interesting enough to watch.
No.
Not at all.
And he was
he was pretty good. He was pretty, like, considering what he was in, he was pretty good.
But he wasn't bringing eyeballs to that
boring.
Stuff matters now.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people think that stuff, and now they're going to Adidas. I'm like, you guys are making some moves here. Where it's like,
you hate on Adidas. You better recognize Adidas is coming.
That's what Travis Hunter says too. We'll see. I've been hearing that since Nebraska won 3 national championships, and it still hasn't.
Well, I get it. I get it. SC is a Nike school, but Jumpman didn't do Michigan any favors this weekend.
No, they did. Man.
I missed the Apex days.
But hey, I'm still on. Hey, oh my! Conference, that was bad. That just made it. That was hard.
That's the glory day. That's your high school days, man. You should have been hyped.
And I couldn't believe. I'm like, why are you guys wearing Larry Johnson basketball shoes? It doesn't make sense. But no. Oh yeah, Michigan. Yeah, that was. Hey man, like I said we'll be the best 9-3, worst 8-4. Still on track for that. So I'm good. I mean, I didn't. I didn't expect to win these games. I did expect to win Oklahoma.
I don't know why why does everybody hate on Adidas? At least Adidas is contemporary. Like, they're doing NIL deals. You don't think that's a big deal?
No. That is, and what they did for Travis Hunter and his brother. They move strategically and things, but it's just
don't sleep now.
The look isn't always as pleasing. You know what I mean? So this stuff just still doesn't look good. They still haven't.
Well, I mean, listen, nobody wanted to wear Nike until Jordan, so.
That's true. Nike
was a running company.
They still hurt your feet.
Nike was a running company.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So I'm saying,
Bo Jackson had a little something to do with that too. He helped them get.
I forgot. I might have to dust. We might have to dust Bo off. I got about 8 different Bo Jackson heads I can put up here on the studio.
For sure, man.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah, I got time. Go ahead.
All in on Sharon Moore?
I don't know. I'm a little shaky because.
Here's the question: would you trade Sharon Moore for James Franklin right now?
Yes, I would.
Okay, that's all I needed. That's all I needed to know.
Answer.
That's all I needed to know.
Am I making too much sense?
No. How you feeling?
Listen, I want people to hear my heart. This isn't about. I'm only telling you. If I say it's an opinion, it's an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm pawning it off as fact, it's a fact. What I get passionate about isn't because I want Coach Rhule to stay. I'm going to cheer for him regardless of what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not it. That's not an issue. Now, I do think we have. This is an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we have overblown the relationship between he and Kraft.
Interesting.
I do.
I think we've overblown the alumni thing quite a bit.
Oh, it's actually it's not a bonus.
No, it's probably a detriment, if anything.
No, 100%.
Because I think they're like.
Listen to me. 100%.
If you are as, I think, savvy as Coach Rhule is, you have seen situations where it's like, hey, if you go to a place and don't succeed, and obviously the level of success that is required at Penn State to be considered successful is very, very, some would say unrealistically high, and I am some. And you go and you're like, okay, so unless I do that, unless I go do a thing at Penn State that hasn't been done in, let me check the math here, 40 years? Is that the last time they won a national title? 40 years ago? Yeah. Really 30 years since they were even in conversation for it. Unless I go do something that hasn't been done since I was in elementary school, if I'm Coach Rhule, then I have to basically be okay with never returning to my alma mater.
Yeah. I don't know. I just it's something one of the reasons I'm as passionate about it as I am is because I've spent the last 2.5 years trying to explain to people why I think this is different. All right, I talked about I'm gonna chill because I'm not always gonna be right.
Okay.
So I need to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have spent an inordinate amount of time on the connection between he and I because of what I gravitate towards.
Sure.
Right? His investing in the university, how important the actual players are to him, his recruiting philosophy, how the standard is the standard, how he believes this place could be great before it was great, how he's willing to take some of the shots that come with the criticisms of being unconventional, being at the Waste Management Open or going on shows or being on podcasts or having to listen to people just pluck stats that they pull off of Google AI about performances against top 10 coaches or, spending time sitting down, watching games on when you use timeouts and when you didn't use timeouts and how you get better in game and positioning yourself fiscally as an athletic department and staying ahead of the revenue game and why you understand what your athletic director told you about stadium expansion when you couldn't care less only because it was important to you to know what some of those other funds could be used for in the meantime. Just just all the things, your wife establishing a business here, you taking an inordinate amount of time to find schools for your daughters to incorporate their learning styles and what best fits them, moving your parents right down the street from us. Like, it's frustrating that because we think a certain way, we think everybody else should think that way. So what I try to do is give you multiple clues, not 1, not 10, not 15. There's 30 reasons minimum on why I think he likes it here. And just because we can't understand what it would be like to be courted by an alum or have a former boss want to hire me or whatever, we do all this speculating when the facts are right there in front of our face. That's what drives me crazy. Because at the end of the day, you know what? We just want to think what we want to think. Damn be the facts. I get so sick of that with people. I see it in conflict resolution all the time. Because I feel a certain way, I don't care what you told me. Prove it differently. No, you know what? You have the opportunity to think differently too. And if you don't want to, cool. See you on the other side. Right? Like, life's already hard enough than to jump through all your hoops. You keep your hoops. You can hula hoop your ass off somewhere over there and play your own little mental hurdle Jedi mind trick games. Over here, we're just going to try to get better at what we do. Right? Same thing as I tell you. Listen, I just want to get better. Right? If I was bad with that thing, I want to be better here. I want to be better tomorrow than I was today. I can't go back and get that. Right? It's the same thing that he tells you every week. Can't go back and get Cincinnati. Can't go back and get last year's Iowa game. You can't go back and get any of that. But what you can do is get better today. And every time he says, hey, you know what? Like, I'm worried about Maryland. Or a question is, hey, how quick are you to get something on tape? Listen, I'm not apologizing for losing to Michigan. See, those little things let you know his personality. He's not saying that because he needs to reassure himself. He's telling you that you've misdiagnosed who he is and what this program's about. You just are. Right? Ja'Cory Barney could drive an AMG if he wanted to. You think somebody's not going to come knocking on his door? Sure, they are. Latif, whomever. We've worked ourselves up into all these frenzies. But do you know who it's hard to leave?
Oh.
It's hard to leave family. So I'm going to do everything that I can in my power until I have revenues to at least be competitive, if that's going to be the end game deal, where you don't want to leave home. From meals to chefs to recovery to preparation to who our guest speakers are to how I can ask you about how your girlfriend's doing. Hey, how's your mom doing? Hey, has dad come back home yet? I don't want to stereotype dudes. Sometimes it's moms that are deadbeats too. Lord knows that's the truth. Like, he's doing all those things. You know how hard it was for him to hire a defensive coordinator. You're privy to some of those conversations. Why was it important? We know that, right? Didn't want to hire Eckler, right? Didn't want to keep Raiola. All these things show me is whether he's gonna, at the end of the day, come up smelling like roses and baby's breath actually stinks. If he's gonna come up smelling, it does over like 3 days. Baby breath is not good.
Smells rotten.
Overrated. If he's gonna come up smelling like roses, I don't know. But the conviction and the resolve he showed you from the minute he's been here. He just has. Why is the player's needs so important to him? I don't want you to leave me. I told you, day one.
I don't want you to feel like you have to leave.
Day one, I said, my only pause is he so traumatized at what happened in Charlotte that what?
That he is a little paranoid.
Would overcompensate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But you know what he's shown me?
It's not.
He's actually learned.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's better.
He knows where he doesn't want to be again. So he's very cognizant.
I think he's better than he was before Carolina.
You don't read, like.
I just do.
I don't know. So I get it. It bothers me that we think he's that shallow. We think because it makes sense, it makes sense. That's only our prism.
And I don't even think it makes sense.
makes none.
If I'm being even, I don't even think it makes sense.
It makes no sense.
That's where I tweeted out yesterday. I go, I'll be honest. I would be shocked if he left because I don't think it makes sense for either side.
I
get
why it's a conversation, so I don't want to be dismissive.
Yeah.
But it's only going to drag out as long as we want it to.